Hello, I'm still here, Church Street, middle of Church Street this time. The problems the politicians, journalists, Liam Thorpe, Liverpool Echo, have here in Liverpool and right across the country is they can't anticipate the unpredictability of cultural change. What I mean is they can't foresee the next outrage, the next atrocity. So, given that people's lives now have changed, walking on eggshells, waiting for the next horror to happen, and people shouldn't have to live like that. But that's the way they are now living because of cultural change, which has gone so far, it's now into cultural chaos mode. And as I've said, given you can't anticipate the unpredictability of cultural change, even you lot are sitting there knowing it's a case of when and not if. Because when it does happen, and it's going to, sadly, I wonder what excuse you'll come up with this time. Will you regurgitate the far-right bogeyman, create an atmosphere of far-right fear like you're doing now? Because that's not going to work. You can have all your so-called anti-racist, anti-far-right demos, all holding hands, singing songs, love will prevail. That's not the real world, and that's not the world and the situation our city faces now. Our city faces a future blighted by cultural change, which we now see it going into cultural chaos mode. You see, too many new arrivals have been dispersed in our glorious city with different ways, beliefs, values, standards, incompatible with our Scouse ways. Some coming into our city are harbouring centuries-old grievances and hatreds, right? And you haven't took any of this into account in your mad scramble for cultural change and the wonderful world of the brotherhood of man. It's a fantasy world. It's not the real world. What has happened to Kensington Fairfield, right? Has that been a good thing? Well, the answer's no. No one in that community that's still there, no one across Liverpool and ventures there would agree with that it's been a good thing. It hasn't. It's been a bad thing. And so here we are now in Liverpool and right across the country. We are faced with the consequences of cultural chaos now unfolding right across the country. Create the far-right bogeyman. Let's forget what's happened in Southport. In fact, blame the far-right bogeyman. You're on borrowed time using that one. It's only got a short shelf life, because the next outrage, atrocity, wherever it is, you can regurgitate the far-right bogeyman, but I don't believe it's going to work again. And then when the next outrage and horror occurs, and then the next one, then the next one, what do you keep wheeling out? That's insane. The far-right bogeyman. It's not going to work, this. It's not going to work anymore. So, like I've said, you can have all your demos and all your marches and all your lions and dyings and whatever you want to call them. You can have them. You can hold old hands, and you can love will prevail, and how we conquered the far right with all your leftist activists, because that's what most of them will be. You can have all this, right? But it's not changing anything. It's not changing what we're seeing happening to our glorious city. It is being culturally changed. It is losing its unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity, and if not stopped, will sweep right across our city, as it's done across Kensington and Fairfield. Now, as it is up and down Breck Road, County Road, Prescott Road, West Derby Road, we see this change now happening. We see it actually underway as I speak, right? So it's in all our interests, ladies and gentlemen, the good people of Liverpool, black, white, Chinese, whoever you are, to oppose further cultural change of our glorious city. Or the balance, that intricate balance, that cultural balance we had in our city is now turning into imbalance and eventually cultural chaos. That's what happens. That's what is happening. I wish I didn't have to come down here and make these videos, but if I don't, no one else will. When no one else will, cultural change will sweep across our glorious city, changing it forever. We can't allow that to happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is our city, right? Set aside emotion, set aside the far-right bogeyman, and we have to face the reality of this, what these silly liberals at the top have created. We're not the politicians, journalists, social media moguls, media moguls, social media people, right? We have to face the awful reality of what these people have allowed to happen to our city and beyond. If we don't stop this, our children, grandchildren are going to inherit a nightmare, right? We can see what's happening right across the country. We can see what's happening in our city. We've yet to find out why the guy in Southport committed that dastardly, horrible act. We've yet to find out, right? But in the meantime, our city is being culturally changed, and we must all oppose it, right? Because we don't, long term, we will lose our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. Remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.